that, in honor of a man no one alive today has ever met, a memorial service to honor his life and service to our country has been months in the making. Only there's a good chance it may not happen because the current property owner of the land where Jeremiah Franklin is buried won't allow it. On your side, we investigated why the great-granddaughter of a Civil War soldier is not being allowed to give the man who's been buried for 146 years a proper VA headstone.
It doesn't matter if it was yesterday or 100 years ago. He still lived, he fought. He was important to me. He was important.
About 2 years ago, through Ancestry.com and speaking with relatives, Earlene Sides was able to piece together her family's roots back to the very farmhouse her mother was born.
She and all her siblings were born in that house.
Researching her family history was an effort driven by her mother's recent passing. It's also what brought Earlene Sides back to Morristown after 50 years.
I discovered that my great-grandfather was in the Civil War, and when he was buried on the family property, there was never an appropriate headstone. And that bothered me a great deal.
What bothers her even more is now that she has the appropriate grave marker. The current owner, Joe Kyle Bergen, is not allowing her on the property to install it.
And he said, "It's my property, and you're not allowed on my property." I said, "Sir, have you read the law?" "I have." "Have you read it?" "I don't have to read it. It's my property." And he hung up on me, flat hung up on me.
On July 25th, 1912, Earlene's grandfather, John Franklin, bought 27 acres of the Franklin family farmland in Morristown. On the second page of that deed, it states, 1 square rod is reserved for the family cemetery with privilege of access to those graves. When the current owner was deeded that land in 1988, that deed incorporated a map showing the location of the cemetery. However, the deed itself does not reference the cemetery. We decided to call Joe Kyle Bergen ourselves to see if he would speak with us on the matter.
Hi there, this is Gabriella Pagan. I'm calling from WATE 6 on your side.
No luck. Until we went out to get video of the property from a public road and Mr. Bergen showed up.
I'm going to get the sheriff out here and arrest both of you. You don't have any business out here taking pictures of my property.
Are you Joe Kyle Bergen?
I am. Yes, ma'am, I am.
I'm Gabriella Pagan. I called you earlier.
Okay.
I tried to reach you, yes. I left you a voicemail.
Uh-huh. What was it about?
It was about Earlene.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Earlene. You tell Miss Earlene she don't have no proof of nothing. There's no cemetery on my farm. It's not registered or recorded anywhere.
Granddaddy made some unwise business decisions, signed some loans, co-signed some loans for friends, and ended up losing the farm. So then it was sold many other times until it ended up in Mr. Weiscarver's hands. And Mr. Weiscarver passed away. His daughter Mary was married to Joe Kyle Bergen, and now Joe Kyle and Mary own the property.
Taking what she learned through Ancestry.com and digging through the Hamblin County Courthouse and the Jefferson County Archives in Dandridge, Earlene traced back every pair of hands the property has gone through since 1859, when her great-grandfather Jeremiah Franklin first purchased it. Earlene then contacted the Hamblin County Sheriff to try and discuss placing the grave marker the VA in Nashville sent her months ago.
They went out there themselves to talk to Mr. Bergen and then came back and said I was basically at his mercy.
That was the wording from the sheriff's office.
I knew that wasn't right. That kind of really showed me that I needed to go further. That's when I contacted WATE.
Earlene hired an attorney, Dustin Landry, from LA Law in Knoxville. Landry sent Bergen a letter demanding he give Earlene access to the cemetery. So far, he has not. This is what Landry has to say.
It's long-standing law. The Tennessee Supreme Court has said that property owners who purchase property that has a cemetery on it, they basically take it in trust for the family members of those buried on the property. And so they've got to safeguard it, they've got to keep it in good repair, and they have to allow the family members of those buried on the property to access it.
According to Landry, as an heir of the Franklin Thomason family line, Earlene Sides should have full access to the cemetery from the closest public road, Shinbone Road, to come and put a new marker on her great-grandfather's grave.
And it just bothers me greatly. I think every person deserves a headstone. especially somebody who fought in one of our wars.
Now, under the law, if Bergen's property has no visible signs of a cemetery and there is no reference to one in his deed, then Earlene Thompson Sides may not have a right to lay the marker. Sadly, this dispute may end up in court, but we'll follow it if it does.
I was going to say, it's going to take some time, it looks like, to play out.
Yes,
We're
it
going to
will.
see how it ends up.
Yeah.
I know you'll stay on top of that for us. Thank you so much, as always, Gabriella. You know, we do want to remind you, when you see news happening in your community, we want to know about it. Snap a picture and report it to us. You can send an email to reportit@WATE.com. You can also tag us on Facebook or Twitter or visit our website, WATE.com.